Since 2007, News 8 has taken a critical look at the Texas Railroad Commission's regulation of and relationship with the oil and gas industries. Well, tonight, a government panel is recommending the Railroad Commission and its 3 elected commissioners be abolished, replaced by a new state agency better focused on efficiency and safety. Reporter Brett Shipp joins us now with these groundbreaking recommendations. Brett?
That's right, Gloria. The Texas Railroad Commission is the state's oldest regulatory body that, yes, once oversaw the railroad industry in Texas. Today, its only job to regulate the oil and gas industry, and our investigation has raised numerous questions about the agency's effectiveness. In fact, one state lawmaker bluntly calls the Railroad Commission corrupt. And now, after 120 years, a controversial recommendation for an agency overhaul. Tonight, News 8 investigates.
Our 4-year investigation into natural gas-related accidents, explosions, injuries, and deaths has at every turn come to rest at the steps of the Texas Railroad Commission. While the 3 elected railroad commissioners have been responsive and have beefed up safety rules, according to the Sunset Advisory Commission staff, any reforms have not gone far enough. Every 12 years, the Sunset Advisory Commission of Texas reviews a state agency's performance. According to State Representative Lon Burnham of Fort Worth, this report gives the Texas Railroad Commission a failing grade.
We need to change the way the commissioners form. We need to change the fact that this is probably the most corrupt agency, regulatory agency in the state of Texas, and that's hinted at very clearly in this report.
The Sunset Report goes beyond hints. It very clearly identifies several critical concerns with the agency's oversight, funding, and enforcement processes. Chief among those concerns, that the elected commissioners pose a conflict for the agency's regulatory role, because the commissioners rely on campaign contributions from the regulated industry, the only major state agency allowed to operate in this manner.
The industry does control who the railroad commissioners are. Therefore, they control that agency top to bottom, always have.
The government watchdog group Public Citizen found in a recent survey that in the last election cycle, railroad commissioners got 76% of their contributions from the industry they regulate.
When people aren't participating, only industry is participating, that's not democracy, that's a plutocracy. And we need to move away from that.
The Sunset Report is also critical of the Railroad Commission for pursuing enforcement action in a very small percentage of the thousands of violations its inspectors identify each year. In 2009, of the more than 80,000 oil and gas production-related violations, only 4% were turned over for prosecution. The report also cites inadequate tracking of enforcement data and found the 3-member elected commission to be costly to the state. Ultimately, staff found no ongoing need for a 3-member elected structure and recommends it be abolished and renamed the Texas Oil and Gas Commission, made up of 5 appointed board members. Railroad Commissioner Michael Williams, the commission's longest-serving member, downplays the report's significance.
There's nothing in there that's an indictment of the commission.
There's nothing in there that's an indictment of the commission?
No.
Without talking about potential conflicts of interest or lax enforcement or...
There's nothing in it. There's nothing in it that's an indictment of the commission.
Our repeated attempts to reach representatives at the Texas Oil and Gas Association for comment were unsuccessful.
The oil and gas industry is expected to fight these proposals and perhaps only be in favor of an agency name change. Public hearings on the report will be held in 2 weeks, and the full Sunset Advisory Commission will vote on the recommendations in January. Brett Shipp, Channel 8 News.